In this video, we're diving into how to build a real estate directory website using WordPress and Bluehost. Step by step, no coding required. What's going on, everyone? My name's Eric Hunsaker, and on this channel, we cut through the fluff to help you build your very first website the easy way, even if you've never touched WordPress before. Now, if you've been thinking about creating a website where people can browse local listings, find realtors, or compare properties, all without paying for expensive platforms, then this guide's for you. We're going to use Bluehost for hosting, WordPress for site building, and a clean modern theme that will give it that polished real estate feel. So let's get into it. Why build a real estate directory website? So building a real estate directory website isn't just about listing properties. It's about creating a centralized hub for your local community. So think about it. Instead of scouring multiple sources, potential buyers and renters can find everything that they need in one place. For real estate agents, it offers a dedicated platform to showcase their listings and reach a wider audience without relying solely on larger, more competitive sites. For you, the site owner, it's an opportunity to establish yourself as a go-to resource, drive traffic, and even generate income through featured listings or advertising. It's a win-win for everyone involved. Step 1, get hosting with Bluehost. So before we can build anything, we need to set up our hosting. So for this site, I'm going to be using Bluehost, which is officially recommended by WordPress, and it's super beginner friendly. Now, if you want to follow along with me, I've dropped our Bluehost affiliate link down in the description below. It'll give you some of the best pricing possible, and it also helps support the channel. Just click on that link and it'll bring you to this page right here where you can choose between one of their 3 different plans. They've got the starter plan starting at $1.99 per month for a 36-month term, the e-commerce essentials for $6.99 per month for a 36-month term, or the WordPress Cloud, which is $16.99 per month for a WordPress term. Just go ahead and choose your plan and go ahead and get logged into your Bluehost dashboard, which should look something like this. Now, what's great about any of these plans is that they all come with free domain registration, SSL, and one-click WordPress installation. Just pick a name for your site. Bluehost will automatically set up WordPress for you. Now, once it's done, hit log into WordPress and let's start building. So once I'm logged in here, I can go ahead and click on this add site right here, and this will allow me to go ahead and create a WordPress website. So we can either install WordPress to a very brand new website, or we could transfer an existing WordPress website. But for this example, we'll go ahead and click install and click continue. We'll go ahead and give it a title. We'll call this North Bay Area Homes. North Bay Area Homes, that's gonna be it. We'll go ahead and click continue. We'll use a temporary domain for this and click continue. Then it's gonna ask if we wanna install any of these plugins with it. We'll go ahead and just click skip for now. We'll go ahead and click skip for now, and we'll just let it install WordPress, which will be ready in just a few minutes here. Step 2, clean up the WordPress dashboard. So after this, you're inside of your WordPress dashboard. So let's go ahead and tidy things up before installing anything new. So first things first, we can go over to plugins and then go to installed plugins and delete anything in there that you don't need. We're gonna do the same under appearance. So then go to themes and then remove any unused themes. Step 3, install a starter theme like Blocksy. What I personally love to use and what I recommend is Blocksy. It has starter sites that are optimized for performance. So here's how to install Blocksy. We're just gonna go to appearance and then themes and click on add new, and we'll search for Blocksy. We'll just click install and then activate. So you're gonna also want to install the Blocksy companion plugin when prompted. That'll show up as soon as you go ahead and install and activate the Blocksy theme. Now with that set up, we can import a starter website. So we're gonna look for one with like a business or agency style layout. Now, even if it's not made for the real estate world, we can tweak it to fit it. So once you find one you like, go ahead and import it and just wait for it to load. Now you've got a polished site to start customizing into a full real estate directory. So it looks like WordPress finished installing. So now we can go ahead and click on edit site. So it looks like Bluehost is taking us through their AI website builder here. So I just put in a very brief prompt saying that this was North Bay Area homes, and it's a real estate directory website for homes in the North Bay Area of California. So we'll see what it go ahead and creates for us. Let's go ahead and we'll click on a preview for this one. Wow, discover your dream home in North Bay where luxury meets comfort. Explore the best real estate options in North Bay, California. Find your perfect home today. Wow, that was pretty sick. Let's go ahead and click save and publish. I wasn't planning on this because I didn't realize that Bluehost was going to kind of force me into using their AI, but honestly, this is pretty legit. Let's go ahead and take a look at this website. Here we are. It's got a phone number, email up at the top, home, about us, contact us, and it's got something for us to start searching here. So let's just see what happens. 4-bedroom home in Novato, and there's nothing. Okay, so it's not set up, but we have that search bar there, and could honestly a great starting point. So this is one option that you can obviously go ahead and do, is just let Bluehost's AI create a good starting point for you. I'm still going to walk you through the Blocksy option, but this is another option for you as well. So inside of WordPress here, we'll go ahead and just click on the dashboard, and now you can see that there's a bunch of stuff here. So this is a little messy for me, so what I like to do, I like to click on screen options, and then I just uncheck all of this stuff because I don't really use it, and it just kind of overwhelms me with all these different boxes and stuff. So I just go ahead, turn all that off. We'll get out of those, and now WordPress is just nice and clean. So again, we can come to plugins and check out the installed plugins, and if there's nothing in here that we don't really plan on using, we can go ahead and get rid of it. So yeah, if you wanted to do that, you go ahead and check that and click deactivate and then delete, and you click apply right there, and that's how you could go ahead and get rid of all those if you wanted to. All right, so to go ahead and install the theme, we're gonna click on appearance and then themes, and now this is where we can go ahead and search for a new theme. So we'll go ahead, just click on wordpress.org themes, and we'll go ahead and type in Blocksy, and we can go ahead and click on preview to go ahead and check it out. Again, it's gonna look very blank. Go ahead and click on install, and that should take just a second, and once it's installed, we just need to click on activate. Now this might take a minute to install because we're not just starting from a blank WordPress website. It went ahead and created that AI option for us, but usually this is a little bit quicker. It looks like it's installed. Now go ahead and click activate, and then sweet, up here, this is where you're gonna get prompted for the Blocksy companion install. So you just click on that, and this will go ahead and install the companion for the Blocksy theme. And then from here, you can just click on starter sites, and these are some other super high-end options to go ahead and give you just a really good starting point. And what I love about these is that they're really high quality, and they're really easy to customize. So you can go ahead and just find one that's gonna work for you. You can click on all categories, and maybe we'll try something like travel. Again, we're not looking for a real estate directory template. We're just looking for a starter site that, we think could work out well. Honestly, I'm liking the looks of this web agency so far. So you can go ahead, click on preview, and then it opens up into like a full on website. And yeah, I like the way that this looks so far. I actually like this a lot. So we can go ahead and we'll close that out, and we'll go ahead and just click on import, and we'll install the child theme and click next. Now it's gonna ask you to choose a page builder. You can either use WordPress's built-in Gutenberg page builder, or what I prefer and what I recommend is Elementor. Go ahead and select that, and then it's just gonna ask you to install and activate plugins. One of them is Elementor, the other one's WP Forms, which we already have. Go ahead and click next and click install, and that'll go ahead and install that new starter site. Now again, why I love these starter sites, they look really good. What's cool about it is that like these elements of the website, they have animation or the right colors and fonts and stuff, and you can go and customize it and repurpose it for something else on your website, which as someone who's newer to this, I really appreciate. All right, now that's been imported, so we'll go ahead and click on view site, and there we go. Here is our new website. Now, obviously this isn't a real estate directory website, but it's a really high quality interactive site that we can go ahead and just use as a base. Step 4, set up your pages. So this is where your site starts to take shape. For a real estate directory, here's all the pages that you'll want to build out. A homepage. So your homepage should help visitors instantly understand what your site is about and how to browse listings. So here's what to include. A search bar or browse listings button, featured neighborhoods or cities, property categories, maybe like apartments, houses, commercial, featured listings, quick explainer on how the directory works. So let's go ahead and customize some of that stuff now inside of WordPress. So to do this, we'll go to the home page and we'll click on pages, all pages, and then look for that home page. And then we'll go ahead ahead and click on view first. Okay, so now you can see we're in the pages section here, and there's two of everything. So there is the one that the Bluehost AI built for us, and then there is the Blocksy theme that we just created as well. So we want to make sure we get the right one. Now, the one that says Elementor is going to be the Blocksy one because we chose Elementor for that. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on open with Elementor, and then this should bring up our homepage here with that new starter site that we just imported. Okay, so now we're inside of Elementor here where we can go ahead and make all these changes to our homepage. So over here on the right hand side, we've got a list of everything that is on our page here. Now, Elementor uses something called containers. So you can see this sort of purple pink outline right here. That is a container. So this whole section is a container. And if you click on the drop down, we can see inside that container, there's another container. And inside that container, we have the actual stuff in here, the heading, the text editor, the button, and an icon. So what we want to do is we want to make this button go to our directory. So we're going to do that. We're going to keep our homepage very, very simple in order to get people to do a specific action. So we're going to actually just delete everything below here. So I'm just selecting all these containers and we're just going to delete them. Now, again, like I've mentioned before, so here, this is some really just like cool, well put together elements that you could go in and reformat to your needs. We don't need it for this example, but that's why I really like using these starter sites. So I'm just going to click on delete 8 items, and now we just have this section here. So we'll call this North Bay Area Homes. Let us help you find the perfect home in the Northern Bay Area. Sweet. And we can go ahead and click on this container here. We'll go to style, and this is where we want to choose a different image here. So image of a home would be great. So let's go to Google Images real quick. All right, we're gonna go ahead and take that image. We'll come back here and we'll just drop that into upload, and we'll click select. Sweet. And now what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna want to add a little color on top of this. So we'll come down here to background overlay, and we'll just select classic. We'll choose a color. We'll just choose black, and I don't know why that went white. So we'll just do that, and we'll just make that opacity a little darker so we can just read this a little bit better. Maybe we'll make this text a little bit bigger. We'll come to the typography and we'll just move that size up. Perfect. And let's make the spacing a little more like that. Sweet. And we'll just delete that icon. Sweet. So now we have this nice home page here for our home website. So let's click on this button now. And instead of having it say more details, we'll say find your home. And then we'll have that link over to where we make our directory. Listings page. So this is the core of the website, the full list of properties. What you'll want to do is include filters by location, price, property type, number of bedrooms, a grid or list layout with thumbnail images, pagination or load more functionality. Now you can use a directory plugin for this like WP Grid Builder, GeoDirectory, or HivePress, or start with a simple custom page layout using Gutenberg blocks. So let's go ahead and publish this. Now, if we come back to our website, we should be able to open that up and it should bring us right to our homepage here. And let's make sure it's pointing at the right one. It might be pointing at our Bluehost AI homepage. Nope, it looks like it's looking at the right one. So for some reason, it looks like it didn't delete this stuff below. It just made it look like worse. So I don't know what's up with that. There we go. That got that cleaned up. So now we should be able to click on that, and that will take us to our listings page. So what we're going to do first, we're going to come over here to plugins and click on add plugin. And then we're going to look for that GeoDirectory plugin. So here it is. We'll go ahead and click on install now. You're going to want to activate it first. And then it's going to ask us to set this up. So we'll go ahead and use OpenStreetMaps. And then we're just going to set our default city. We'll move this to San Francisco. Click save. We'll go ahead and click install for these extra plugins. And we'll go ahead and click continue. We'll go ahead and click continue here. And we'll click right here to go ahead and create your first listing. So this is what we could go ahead and add here. So we'll go ahead and click 123 Sesame Street. And this is where you can go ahead and fill out all of this information. So we can go ahead and type things up here. We can add in things like a category, a default category, address, country, region, city, zip post. You can also set the address on the map. So let's go ahead and set something here. Go ahead and click set address on map. Now let's go ahead and add that same picture that we used. We'll get a different picture of a house. This is obviously not the picture of that house, but we'll just put something on there for this example. All right, and we'll go ahead and click on publish. And this is how you can go ahead and create a listing in here. Okay, so now that we have that plugin created, let's come to pages. All right, let's go ahead on this GD archive and let's just see what this looks like. So let's go ahead. We're going to add a new page here and we're going to edit with Elementor. Okay, so we're going to go to this Elementor page. We're going to click on edit with Elementor. Now, what's great about this plugin is that it creates this page for us. So it creates this location page and you can see that listing that we just created right here. If we click on that, that'll bring us to the actual listing itself. Now, again, I didn't really fill out all that much information. So all we really see is this picture here and we've got the price. But that's what's really great about using a plugin like this is that it just automatically creates this page for you, which you can then go in and customize further to your needs. Individual property pages. Each listing should have its own page with full details. Now, here's what a good real estate listing page should include. Property title and photos, price, address with map, number of beds, baths, and square footage, property description, contact form or schedule viewing button, realtor or agency info, option to download a brochure. Now, since we're using this plugin, what's great about that is that you can just go in and create a new listing for each house that you want to list. About page. This is where you build trust. You talk about the purpose of your directory, who runs the site, why buyers and renters can trust the listing. Some optional stuff is include testimonials or any featured partners. Now, to add a listing, this is for realtors. If you want to let agents submit their own properties, you'll need a dedicated add a listing page. Now, you can use a plugin, maybe something like WP Forms to create a submission form. Or you can use a directory plugin like we have here with front-end submission built in. Now, this page should explain how the submission process works, what's allowed and not allowed, whether it's free or paid, when their listings will go live. Now, what's great about this plugin that we use is that it has this add place listing here. So this can just live on your website, maybe www.yourwebsite.com/add place. And this way, other people can go ahead and list their homes on here as well. And they can even upload images and stuff too. So again, using a plugin like this just makes it super simple. Contact page. For this, just keep it simple. Use WP Forms. This works great, and collect email addresses, maybe phone numbers, business hours or support hours, office address if you have one. And then you can also create a blog page, which is optional. But if you want to bring in more traffic with search engines, then you should start a blog. Real estate blog ideas could include top 5 neighborhoods for families in Miami, or in the case of this website, in Northern California. How to stage your home for a quick sale. The 2025 housing market forecast. What to expect. Now, you don't need a ton of content. Just a few well-written posts can build trust and improve your SEO. Step 5, customize the design to make the site yours. So we're going to go to appearance and customize, and here you can start tweaking things by uploading your logo and your site icon. You can change colors and fonts to match your brand. You can edit the header and footer, update the navigation menu. Now, I recommend you stick with clean layouts, and that's why we used a starter site. So let's go ahead and show you how to do some of that inside of WordPress. So we'll go to appearance and we'll go to customize, and this is where you can go ahead and change all that stuff that we just talked about. So you can go ahead and change your fonts, you can change your colors, and you just sort of change how your site works and navigates. Now, this is where you can also make changes to your logo, which shows up in the top left. So for example, web agency, this is not what you'd want. You'd want to upload your logo that says, North Bay Area Homes or whatever the case may be. So we'll go ahead and just click X on that. And if we hit publish, that'll show that we just got rid of that logo there. So you can do everything here in this customize tab. So, if we come back here, you've got all these different options, and you can change the header, the menu, the footer, and just the overall colors of everything as well. Step 6, add listings. So this is the part where your directory starts to feel real. So to get started, you can manually add a few sample listings so you can see how the layout looks. Then decide if you'll be adding the listings yourself or letting agents submit them. If you're allowing agent submissions, build a clear system for it. You can use WP Forms to create a detailed form with fields like like property title, description, price, location, photo uploads, agent name, and contact info. And this keeps everything consistent and helps avoid cluttered or incomplete listings. Step 7, final touches and launch. So here's your pre-launch checklist. Test all forms and buttons. View the site on both mobile and desktop. Check loading speeds. You can use a free tool like Page Speed Insights. Fill out your SEO settings. Use something like Rank Math or the Yoast plugins. Set your homepage under settings and then reading. When everything looks good, you're ready to go live. Share your site with realtors, post it in local groups, and start growing your traffic. All right, so let's do a quick recap of what we went over. We set up Bluehost with one-click WordPress install, installed a clean starter theme like Blocksy, built out the most important pages for a real estate directory, populated the site with listings and structured profile pages, customized the design to make it your own, and now you've got a fully functional, professional-looking real estate site, no coding required. So if you're ready to build your real estate directory website, then head to the link down in the description to grab your hosting from Bluehost. It's fast, beginner-friendly, and comes with WordPress pre-installed, so you can start building today. Now, if you want to get started with any of the products that we talked about today, you'll find links for them down in the description below. These are affiliate links, which means we earn a small commission when you use them at no extra cost to you. And these commissions really help support the channel and allow us to continue to create free content just like this. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you here in the next video.